UK is for sure the focus for the 2021, as it is a period immediately after the Brexit. So let's look on the situation. European Union succeeded to make the final deal with the UK, and it is quite a relief but also a compromise after 47 years of union, but still so curious with not adopting the euro for half of a century. That is quite interesting. That proves that even the European Union is not firm enough, and other just benefits of the trade union. UK formally left the European zone on the end of January 2020 and had a transition period for the borders to the end of the year. It has to follow EU settlement scheme and will not affect the residents, but will impact it will be on higher taxes, although no taxes as agreed, but that will be because of the time that we'll need for more processes. Visa needed for access, commercial checks, and complex compliance process. 5 billion euro are agreed as reserve to combat social and economic issues. More difficult to access the single market on export, mainly on goods. And the UK situation for the next year, there should be multiple tensions in the society due to the end of monarchy, which is quite obvious because it's already obsolete and people are not happy with it. So a new leadership is needed in order to keep the population and also the economy. The mix of the population, it's quite difficult to manage. A lot of things will erupt on corruption, and a lot of situation will be compromised. Mentality is still a difficult task. Conservatism is still in the society, and they still keep the old etiquette. So it is difficult to implement changes and to adapt to a new society. They still behave as a colonial power and do not see the reality of the market. Investment and job losses due to Brexit are a reality. Scotland issue is also a problem. Isolation as an island. Irish job impact because a lot of the jobs will migrate to Netherlands, to Ireland, to other countries in European Union, especially Germany, maybe France. Mass migration, it's already seen, and the house market crash is expected not far from the end of March due to further events and deadlines on the budget. Travel ban and restrictions will also affect. And UK would like to benefit of special treatment, become an investment hub, retain its powers. But the outcome until now is that 30% is down in business investment already due to Brexit and pandemic. And let's be quite honest that the pandemic is quite an excuse used at the present, but the reality is that quite before the pandemic, a lot of economies around the world were affected due to perhaps bad management and corruption. And this is the reality. The pandemic it's quite an excuse and will save a lot of disturbing situation, but it will not solve the situation. Let's see what will happen, and perhaps fair rules to be implemented for everybody.